Welcome all. There are certain things which will be discussed. Certain other things you have to do directly from the questions. Before going to this one, let me discuss the symbol QXT. QXT. Suppose you write this. This means we know already Q52. That means someone is presently 50. What is the probability that he will die within 2 years? Now, if I write Q, suppose 50, then I will write 5 here, then I will write 2 here. This means what? There is a deferment, right? How many years the death will be deferred? Even I can go to this one, Q50 I'll write 1 deferred Q50. You remember this? The difference between this one and this one?
Yes, sir. Q50 means the person will die within this year whose present age is 50. And one deferred Q50 means the person whose present age is 50 will survive for 1 year and then die within the next year.
Okay. If I write 5 here,
then the person whose present age is 50 will survive for 5 years and then die between 50 means then die. Will
within a
survive
year,
for
right?
5 years and then die.
Within a year.
Huh.
Nothing is there, it means 1 is there. Now 50, and then survive for 5 years, then will die within a year. This one. Okay. Now, if I change it to 2, then what will happen? You have to write it 2 here, 55 to 57. The death will be between 2 years, but the starting will be deferred by 5 years, this 5 years. So now presently the person is 50 and he will survive till 55, 5 years deferred. The death will be deferred for 5 years and then he will die within 2 years. Within 2 years means not from 50, after the deferment, from 55 2 years. This is the symbol. Now the next one when you do, I write Q31 or whatever is there. Remember, you have to, in Q we can't use that anyway. If I write it P, if you are using the formula, you have to write P30 plus 1 divided by P30. And 30 is the age here, and the selection happened now. So what will happen here? Next year, the present age is this one. Next year, this guy will be 30 plus 1. After another year, 30 plus 2. So if you ask age is increasing by 1. So these are the ages. 30, it's not 31. 30 plus 1, it's not 32. It's not 33. 30 plus 3. However, if you are using M92 mortality, select is 2 years, select period is 2 years. Select means after 2 time periods, we will not try to keep any difference. We will take out the bracket. All this will be 32, 32, 33, that way. We will not write anymore. Bracket will be irrelevant. Now we compare people with the same people from year to year. Suppose this is 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, that way. Okay. But if you want to compare the ages, we compare differently. Sometimes there is a confusion. That's why I'm saying this one. What will happen is, suppose you want to compare 3 people who are 35. 35 could be 35, 34 plus 1, and 35 bracketed. These 3 are not same. Remember, when you are asked to say about the age, when you are determining the age, you ignore bracket. Ages are same, 35 here, 35 here, 34 plus 1, 35 here. These are the different ones you will get. You will never get 33 plus 2, because 33 plus 2 will come to this category. 32 plus 3 will come to this category. 31 plus 4 will come to this category. They are the same. This is called ultimate mortality. And this one is after selection 1 year happened. This one just now selected. That is the difference. If you want to know more about this, you can go to the video 34. Now coming to this one, this is the formula. However, if I write P32 here, it will be P30 plus 2 divided by P30. As I already said you, we'll take out the bracket after 1. Okay, 2 or more, I mean more than 1. So we'll not write this. These are given in the actuarial table. You have to see it. So whatever is required, that only you have to see. Don't see here and there. A lot of symbols are there. Everything is not for CM1. Even many are not required for actuarial science. Now, September 2020, calculate this. So now the deferment period is there, here 10. Okay. So now the age is 34. There will be deferment period of 10 years. So here the age will be 34 plus 10. And starting from here, what is the probability that this guy will survive for another 4 years? So if this is x plus 4. Now this is what you are supposed to find. Now let me check which table you are supposed to see. That is also
So it's
important.
AM92.
M92? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you see M92 mortality, then remember there is nothing called 34 plus 10. The bracket is no value after 1. So this will become 44 and this will become 48. So this is P surviving, and this one I have to change diagram, dying here, dying within 4 years. So you have to write the corresponding one here. P 34 to 10, this is survival. Then when you write from here, it will start from 44. There is no more bracket here. 44 to 4. And when you write P3410, it will be PL 34 plus 10 divided by L34. This is the formula. And Q, if you want, you can change it to P. 1 minus P44 4. And there is no value of bracket if you are adding more than 1. So this will be L44. This one also L48 divided by L44. So ultimately, you need only to see the actuarial table to find all these values and put here. L44, L48, L44, and L34 bracketed. You can change it because this is from where it started. So what you can do is, if you come across this one, you write this way only. Don't add like this 30, 34, 35. It will not go that way. This is ultimate mortality. Here it will be 34 bracketed, 34 plus 1, then 34 plus 2, that will be 35. So there will be a difference of only 2 level. This one, this one. After this, all are same, 35, 36, 37, 35, 36, 37. So you will have bracket only here. Now let me check the second one.
So next bit is easy. We all can do it.
Okay. Next, so this number is over. The other one I will teach 2 lives. Then we'll do that. Number 4. Then the number 1 is September 2009. This is also not taught. Okay. Now April 2019.
Yes, sir.
Similar question, right?
So second bit.
Yeah. Second one we'll do. Second one let's do. Q 84.5, 2.75 UDD. Using UDD, you have to find this. What are the formulas in UDD? QXT, we write T multiplied by QX, right? And then, is it? This is the formula, right? Now, when you start here, what you need to do is, first you write the points. The first one is 84.5, you write here. And 2.75 is the addition. You add these two. 2.75, 84.5, 87.25. Okay. So 87.25. Let me write here. And Q is there. What is the probability that a person will die here, from here to here? There is no select mortality. You are supposed to do this using UDD. Now tell me how you find normally. Without using the UDD, can you find it? This is the question. Can you find it without using UDD? Yes, anyone?
Sir, in AM92 table, 0.5, 0.75 values are not given, so I don't think so we'll be able to find that.
I can't hear you properly.
Sir?
I can't hear you properly. Speak loudly. Point are not given, you are saying, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so point are not given. So you can find. So you have to use UDD. What is the benefit of using UDD is you can use fractions as well, right? Here T is a fraction. T between 0 to 1 here. So if fraction value is there, you can find. Now the question is, which formula I have to use for this? This formula or this formula? Which one?
Second one.
Why not first one?
So because it's 2.75 into QX, so we can't, like for QX, Q84.5, it's difficult to find.
Q84.45 is difficult to find.
Yeah.
It's not about easy or difficult. You can find or not. That is the question.
No, we can't find it.
Who is saying?
Arti.
Arti, you can find.
Yes,
Why
sir.
you can find?
So because it's point value.
Where point value? Suppose I write Q here, 80.5, 80 plus 0.5. First of all, remember this is an integer x. So this is not an integer. So this formula is not useful. Now 80 plus 0.5. Then our S is fixed now. S is here. S is 0.5. So you write 0.5 here. you write something minus 0.5 so that you will get this side. So I will write 3.75. Now check. This is my Q, this is X, this is S, this is T, this is minus S. So then apply this formula and find the value. Any trouble here?
So
No,
can
sir.
we take T as 1?
Can we?
Take T as 1.
No, it's not your wish, right? You
Mm.
have to get this one, 2.75. Your S is fixed now because these
Okay.
two are same. So this is 0.5. You have to write 0.5 here. What you have to
Okay.
write here so that when you subtract 0.5 from this number, you should get this one, the left hand side. So what
Okay.
I did is I added 0.5 to 2.75. I got 3.75, which is wrong maybe, right?
Yes, sir. It's 3.25.
Okay, I'll change that, 3.25. Then is this possible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you write this way, then T minus S, T is 3.25 minus S is 0.5, that is 2.75. Then multiplied by Q, X is 80. Q80 is available in the actual table. Then 1 minus S is 0.5 into again Q80 already there in the actual table. You can see and you can put the values here, multiply and use a calculator. You will get the answer. It's over. Okay. But if you see the solutions, you will see 5, 7, 10 lines. The matter of the fact here is, remember, this is not true for all values of T and S. There is a proof and that is also required. Whenever they ask proof also. But recently they stopped asking because it changed to open book exam. Before they used to ask proofs also. Now theoretical stuff they will try to avoid. But remember, if you don't do the proof here, you should remember the equality. T should be less than 1. You can take a number T greater than 1. Okay. Maximum value of T is 1. Here also S less than T less than 1, something like that you will see. Somewhere equal to sign. Okay. Doesn't matter. Remember the TS values, the fractions, these are the numbers less than 1. I wrote 3.25 here or 2.25, whatever. I don't remember. That number was not less than 1. T is not less than 1. Maximum value is T. Maximum value of T is 1. T can be less than 1. Okay. 0 will not use anyway. Because if you use 0, T0, then this will be 0, right? QX0, dying in one instant. We don't use that. That is 0. So remember, the fractions are always less than 1. That is a point you need to know. And that is the only point you need to know. Because all the doubts are surrounding that point. So what we do is, we should go to the nearest integer from here. I must have explained in my class. If you see, I must have given one example. Suppose someone has some problem, okay, some patient is there. First of all, he has to go to the nearest hospital. They will give the first aid kind of a thing, small hospital, dispensary kind of a thing. Then if required, he or she will be transferred to a bigger hospital. So first of all, you see the nearest point, the nearest integer. Okay, if you take an integer, what will happen is you are making this length less than 1. This is important. So the nearest one is 85. So I'll write 85. This side also you write the nearest integer, 87.25. You write 87.25, 87. So what happens is, at least for this part, there is no problem. Okay. However, there is no transitive property in Q. If directly you are doing, that's fine. This is not possible. You have to divide. When you are dividing, you can write Q52, then Q52 to 3, Q50 to 5. You can write this way. This is not true. This is true in P. So you have to change it to P. Then only you can divide. Then from P again you come to Q. Then in Q you have to apply the formula for individual ones. Okay. So let's do everything. Let's start from here. First step is you write 1 minus P. You have to transfer to P. Now this P from 85, from 84.5 to, we have divided into 3 parts. Okay. Separately I will write 84.5 to 85. Okay. 84.5 to 85. 85 means 0.5. That is 85. Then 85 to 87. This will see actual table. And 87 to 87.25. You have to write this one. Then this one you can find P85 to directly without using any formula, because there is no fraction here. L87 divided by L85. You see this from the table. See this from the table. That's all. L table. Now coming back to the other two, suppose this is 1, 2 is already here, 3. So let's find 1 and 3. 1, P 84.5 to 0.5. Now we have to use this one because we have a fraction here. However, when I find 3, we don't have a fraction here. 87 is there. So we can use this formula. 0.25. So we'll take out this T. We'll make it 0.25 and then P 87, which is wrong because the formulas are in Q. Okay. There is no fraction, so you can use the L formula, previously taught formula, and you can see the table. Here, once again, we have to change it to P, Q. Okay, from Q to P, from P to again Q. You must be knowing this. So we'll change it to Q to apply the formula. That is 1 minus Q 87 to 0.25, 1 minus 0.25 multiplied by, this is not there in the table, Q87 you will get, 0.25 is there, but by virtue of this formula, okay. So Q87 we have here, 0.25 is there. Q87 you can see the table, multiply with this, subtract from 1. Coming back to this, you have to change this one as well, 1 minus Q 84.5 to 0.5. 0.5 I will write 1 minus 0.5 because these two must match. Okay, we'll write it separately. In one we have Q 84.5 to 85, that is 0.5. You have to write this way, x plus s, x plus s. One s would be here, so you have to set t. You have to write t in such a way that t minus s should be 0.5. So s and s, they're common, they're same. If you have considered 0.5 here, you have to, because you have 84.5. So 84 you have to write anyway, the nearest integer. So 0.5 you have written. So 0.5 you write here, 1 you have to write. So in my case, t is equal to 1 and s is 0.5. Now apply this formula. T minus s is 0.5 into Q84 divided by 1 minus 0.5 into s. S is also 0.5. T minus s is also 0.5. Q84. So put these values from the table and 1 minus is there. I found only Q. So then from Q you find P. This is P. So answer will be 1 minus this value. Whatever value you get, suppose this is A. A you have to write. B you have to see from the table. B. Then this answer, whatever you get, that is C. Okay. This will be your answer. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have only one thing to say now. You have so many problems. Normally you get a question from UDD CFM and you apply the formula, you find it. That is possible. However, I have a concern. Okay. The concern is that maybe you are not doing the assignments, because in assignments, similar questions are there. They are repeated 10 times. So many assignments, at least 15 questions you should have. What I want from you is, before attempting 11th questions, you should do 10 questions so that you will have no problem. Last time I must have discussed so many questions. This time I just gave you the exam question. Okay. So make it sure to spend time in solving questions. Do directly question. Take up a question paper. Try to do it. And I'm always there. You can write in the group. We'll discuss. Not a problem. So do that. Okay. Constant force of mortality. There are two. One is UDD. Maybe I think I skipped this one. That's why you are having the trouble. There are actually two formulas. We have fraction. Suppose you want to go from 50.5 to 53 point, whatever you write here. Okay. 7. This is a fraction. This is a fraction. So there are two formulas. One is UDD. I discussed with you just now. And the second one is CFM. That is called constant force of mortality. And this one, uniform distribution of death. So the same question we'll do by using CFM. So in UDD, you have two formulas. One is Q xt is T into QX, then QX plus S T minus S is equal to T minus S QS divided by 1 minus SQX. Using these two formulas, we're able to solve all the problems. You might ask me, what is the usefulness of this formula? Because if you have 50, you can add 50 plus 0, you can use this formula. You can take S0. Yes, if you take S0, you will get this formula. However, if you write separately, you can use, it will be easier. It's like if it's A plus B square, this is A plus B plus C square formula. If you put C0, you get this anyway. So if you put S0, you will get this way. So if you put C0, you will get this way, but we have two formulas, right? A plus B square, we have A plus B plus C square also we have that way. Now this is UDD, uniform distribution of death. uniform distribution of death. Okay, that means what? Formulas anyway you have to use, and you can find from the actual table. But the meaning of UDD is the deaths are uniformly distributed. That means if 20 people will die in 1 year, then 10 will die here, 10 will die here. Okay, that is uniform distribution. Again, 10 they will die means 5, 5, 5, 5, that way. Suppose you have 50 overs to play cricket match, you need to score 200 runs. That means in 25 overs, 100 runs. In 25 overs, another 100 runs. Okay. In 12.5 overs, 50, 50, 50, 50, that way. You are given 4 hours to do 4 problems. You spend 1 hour doing this problem, 1 hour doing this problem, 1 hour doing this problem, 1 hour doing this problem. That is UDD, uniformly distribution of death. Deaths are uniformly distributed. That means if 20 are supposed to die in a year, in a half year 10, 10, in quarter 5, 5. In every quarter 5 will die. Now tell me, when we are saying uniformly distribution of death, mortality is changing or not? That is my question. When I say UDD, mortality is changing or mortality is constant? Because I have written constant force of mortality here also. Mortality is increasing, decreasing, or not changing? We'll do the same question using CFM as well. This is UDD, then we'll do using CFM. Then you complete the assignments. Okay, when you do more problems, you will get to know more, that's for sure. See here, mortality is not constant. Suppose you have 50 years, 50 year 1 month, 50 year 2 month, 50 year 11 months, and then 51 year. Okay, and suppose you know that in 1 year 5,000 people were there and 10 people died in every month. Okay, now 10 into 12, 120 people died in 1 year, or 100 you take. 100 into 12, 1200. So now 3800 people. So these many people are now there. Okay, there were many 5,000. Now there are 3,800. So how many died? 1200. 1200 in a year. That means 100 in a month. Now the mortality is constant or not? That is the question. Mortality is not constant, right? See, how many people are here? 5,000. Out of 5,000, 100 died. Here, out of 4,900, 100 died. So mortality is constant. It is constant? No. Here, out of 5,000, 100 died. And when you see at this age, I've taken 1 month, you can take 1 year also. At this age, how many are dying? 100 are dying. Not out of 5,000, out of 4,900. So mortality is increasing or decreasing or constant? Neha?
So increasing.
Increasing, because from less number of people, same number of people died. So UDD means mortality is increasing. Mortality is increasing. From time to time, it's increasing. You can take in years, 50, 51, 52. Okay. So here, out of 3,700, 100 died. So mortality is increasing with time. In UDD, mortality is increasing. Constant force of mortality means mortality will remain constant. That way, if you see here example, though this is not required, but for conceptual understanding, how can you make constant mortality? The death should be less. Okay, if less number of people are there, the proportion you have to take. Okay, if you divide 50, you get it. You divide 50, you should get that number of people should die here, that way. But anyway, these things are only for understanding. In constant force of mortality, the derivation is there. That's very easy. Not required also, you can keep it. You can use, if by chance, I don't think they will give the proof in the exam because it's open book. However, if it comes, you can still use. If you can keep, you can write it. If you want, you can go through once also. But more than that, you should know how to apply CFM. In CFM also, we have 2 formulas. And CFM formulas are in terms of P, constant force of mortality. There are only 2 ways to find the PQ values where there are fractions. So PXT here is, remember, PX power T, then the first one. And the second one, Px plus S, T minus S, is Px power. Here Px always, power is only T minus S. Here power is T. Even if you have X plus S, power is T minus S, left hand side. So this one here, this one, this will be power now. And you need not change to Q. So let's do the same problem. Q is given, okay? Anyway, we have to come to P. But from P again, we will not go to Q. Because in Q's formulas are there, we went to Q, we will not go to Q here. So let's do the same problem, okay? Q 84.5. If P is given, that's very easy. You need not change to Q. 2.75 using CFM. Once you have to come to P, If P is there, you will stay in P only. You will never go to Q anymore. You have to make a division for sure. P 84.5 to 85, then P 85 to 87, P 87 to 87.5. Okay, I need to write only 0.5. And here 84.5 to 2.75 is there, right? So 2 if I add, that will be 86, and then 87, 87.25. Okay, 87.25, 87 to 87.25. It was like that, right? Yes. Now this one will be according to this formula, Px power t. P87 you see here, though 1 minus Q87 you have to do to get this value from the actual table. Power, use a calculator, take the power, that's all. This is over. This directly formula, Lx formula, L87 by L85. For this one, we'll use this formula. Okay, Px power t minus s. This will be Px power x power. See, x, no s is there. And if you ask me why means we are using a formula, right? You will get the answer of why if you go through the proof. It's proved already. We are using only formula t minus s. T minus s is the left hand side. Whatever is there, you write 1 minus 0.5 or 0.5. That way, even if you don't write, that's fine. If you write, you will be able to understand it's correct. Okay, t minus s 1 minus 0.5, that is 0.5. That's all. You multiply these three, you will get the answer. This is CFM. Okay, so now you do the assignments. Okay, maybe there was a confusion on my part. I didn't teach this one, and joint life also was not there. It's okay. I mean, whatever way, if you do it now, it's fine. You complete that one and then make it sure that you have no problem. Okay, yeah, this much for today's class. Anything else you need to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, then I'm leaving now. Thank you.